The Hugh Show by United States Senator Tom Cotton. Good morning, Senator.
Good morning, Hugh. It's great to be on with you.
Big day in the Senate. What motion are you offering today, Senator?
Yeah, so today we meet a lot of our new freshmen, people like Cynthia Lummis and Bill Haggerty, but we also vote as the Republican conference to organize our leadership again, and I am pleased and honored to once again nominate my friend and our great leader, Mitch McConnell, to be the next majority leader of the U.S. Senate.
You know, Senator Cotton, I envy you this. I think Leader McConnell is the best legislative leader the Republicans have had in my lifetime, and I'm 64. And I mean that sincerely. I just think he is a master of the Senate, and he plays the long game. And his remarks yesterday about let's not hear from the other side, I played him 3 times this morning. He really has risen to this job in the last 6 years in a way that no one really could have imagined.
Yeah, I think that's right, Hugh. I mean, I don't know how far you have to go back to find another like him. I agree with what Hume said. I wasn't around when LBJ was the floor leader, but he's certainly the best since then, and maybe the best there's ever been as well. And I just want to stress why we've accomplished all the great things we've accomplished. 3 Supreme Court justices, 53 appellate judges, more to come in the months ahead, historic tax cuts, record defense spending. But none of that would be possible if we didn't have the majority. And Hugh, one of your favorite lines from the great 19th century conservative British statesman Benjamin Disraeli, that a majority is always better than the best repartee.
Yes.
And we have this majority in part because we have great senators and great candidates who worked hard and came and had historic victories like Susan Collins in Maine, but also because Mitch McConnell has, as you said, played the long game. For decades, he was an often lonely voice defending the First Amendment and then defending the right to communicate your message in campaigns by blocking bad campaign finance legislation. He usually won those fights, oftentimes with great procedural battles at the end of the Senate. When he failed in places like McCain-Feingold, he was immediately going to the courts where he was the lead plaintiff challenging that at the Supreme Court. And they trusted his view so much that in 2010, they gave him time in the arguments for the Citizens United case. And after the Supreme Court decided that, Mitch immediately helped Karl Rove and others start the American Crossroads Super PAC. And by the time we won the majority in 2014, it was clear that we needed our own organization to support the Senate majority. So they helped create Senate Leadership Fund. And over the last 3 election cycles, it has played a critical role in making sure that we are not swamped by all of the Democrats' money, by the small dollar machine they built through Act Blue, by all the tech oligarchs and others like Mike Bloomberg, who spent $100 million in a single state. It's Senator McConnell's efforts to help preserve our majority that have allowed us to achieve these great victories for the American people, and we should never overlook all that. And that's all in addition to his skill and talent and achievements as the floor leader in the Senate.
Now, I got to add, I just had your colleague, Senator Cruz, on talking about Georgia and the recounts and all that. But it comes down to this. Our best player in the United States Senate, for Democrats and Republicans, Mitch McConnell, we want to see him on the field with the ball. That requires 2 wins in Georgia. And your friend, Joe Manchin, went on Bret Baier and said, don't worry, I won't for the Supreme. I'm not going to go radical. What Joe Manchin didn't answer is who he would vote for leader. He'd make Chuck Schumer leader. And if Chuck Schumer is leader, terrible things happen, Tom Cotton. Terrible things.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to see that my friend Joe Manchin said that he wouldn't vote to end the filibuster and therefore do things like hack the Supreme Court or make Washington, D.C. a state. But let's leave no stone unturned here, Hugh. Let's leave nothing to chance. Let's just win Georgia. Let's win Georgia and make sure that Republicans have the majority and that Mitch McConnell is the majority leader. Because if they win those 2 seats in Georgia with John Ossoff, a trust fund socialist, and Raphael Warnock, Jeremiah Wright's biggest supporter in Georgia, Chuck Schumer will be the majority leader. And even under current Senate rules, they will be able to pass massive tax increases. They'll be able to socialize health care and take away your insurance on the job. They'll be able to do so much stuff under current Senate rules. So let's leave nothing to chance, Hugh. Let's just win those races in Georgia and return a clear majority to the Republicans in the Senate.
They could also nominate the most radical law professors in America to any federal bench and succeed. I mean, Joe Manchin threw up a lot of dust, but it doesn't obscure the fact that if Mitch McConnell isn't the Senate majority leader, the Republic wobbles.
Yeah, so Hugh, Mitch McConnell gets lots of nicknames over the years, and it's amazing the ability of his critics to try to insult him with a nickname that he can then appropriate as his own, one of which is the Grim Reaper. And if McConnell is the majority leader, he will once again be the Grim Reaper for every terrible idea and every Nancy Pelosi sends to us and every left-wing nominee that Biden sends to us. So let's leave nothing to chance. Everyone who loves our country needs to be off the sidelines and in the game in Georgia. Whether you give money, whether you go down there while you're on vacation from school, whether you call your friends there, let's make sure that we reelect Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue.